The medical bracelets told the whole story. One on each wrist, kidney donor 2022 and transplant recipient 2024. But when Ellen asked Ashley Chen if she had any regrets, her answer stopped everyone cold. "I'm dying, but my dad is alive." Ashley Chen, 17, sat in the interview chair looking pale and fragile despite her brave smile. 2 years earlier, she'd made a decision that saved her father's life, but unknowingly endangered her own. Now she was facing the consequences of a choice no teenager should ever have to make. The Ellen DeGeneres Show had invited Ashley during National Organ Donation Week to celebrate young heroes who'd saved lives through their generosity. Her story was supposed to inspire others to consider organ donation, to show the beautiful bond between father and daughter. What Ellen's producers didn't know was that Ashley's heroic act had become a race against time. The kidney she'd given her father had been perfect for him, but her remaining kidney was now failing under the stress of supporting her entire body alone. Ashley had been 15 when her father, David Chen, was diagnosed with end-stage kidney disease. The man who'd worked 2 jobs to support his family, who'd never missed one of Ashley's soccer games, was suddenly facing dialysis 3 times a week and a 5-year wait for a donor organ. Dad was dying slowly, Ashley would later tell Ellen. Every day on dialysis was taking pieces of him away. I couldn't watch that happen. The testing had shown Ashley was a perfect match for her father. At 15, she was young, healthy, with excellent kidney function. The doctors had been cautious about such a young donor, but Ashley had been determined. "I didn't even think about it," Ashley explained during her pre-interview. "When someone you love is dying and you can save them, you don't think about consequences, you just act." The surgery had been successful. David's new kidney had functioned perfectly, giving him back his energy, his health, his future. Ashley had recovered quickly, returning to school within weeks, back to soccer within months. But 18 months later, Ashley began feeling tired. Her remaining kidney was working overtime, filtering waste for her entire body without the backup it was designed to have. What had started as occasional fatigue became chronic exhaustion. The diagnosis had come 3 months ago. Her remaining kidney was failing. Ashley needed a transplant, and she needed it soon. The irony was devastating. The girl who'd saved her father's life now needed someone to save hers. Ellen began the interview with her usual warmth, expecting to celebrate a beautiful story of family love and sacrifice. "Ashley, tell us about the decision to donate your kidney to your father." "It wasn't really a decision," Ashley replied, her voice strong despite her obvious fatigue. "When you love someone and they're dying, you do whatever you can to save them." Ellen smiled, moved by Ashley's simple wisdom. "How did your parents react when you said you wanted to donate?" "Dad said no immediately." Ashley laughed softly. He couldn't bear the thought of his teenage daughter having surgery because of him. "But Mom understood. She knew I wouldn't take no for an answer." "And how do you feel now, 2 years later?" Ashley paused, considering her words carefully. When she spoke, her honesty was brutal. "I'm dying, but my dad is alive. So I guess that's what matters." The studio fell silent. Ellen's smile faltered as she processed what Ashley had just said. "What do you mean, Ashley?" "My kidney is failing," Ashley said simply. "The one I kept. It can't handle doing the work of 2 kidneys anymore. I'm in kidney failure." Ellen felt her chest tighten. "Ashley, are you saying that donating your kidney caused your current condition?" "The doctors say it's possible," Ashley replied. "Some people can live perfectly normal lives with 1 kidney. But some people can't. I'm one of the people who can't." Ellen was speechless. This wasn't the inspirational story she'd expected to tell. This was a tragedy unfolding in real time. "How long have you known?" Ellen asked gently. 3 months. "My kidney function has dropped to 20%. I need a transplant within the next 6 months." "Or what?" "Or I'll die," Ashley said with the matter-of-fact tone of someone who'd accepted their reality. Ellen felt tears forming in her eyes. Ashley, does your father know? Ashley's composure cracked slightly. He knows I'm sick, but he doesn't know how sick. If he knew I was dying because I saved him, it would destroy him. Ellen realized she was witnessing something extraordinary and heartbreaking. A 17-year-old girl was protecting her father from the knowledge that saving his life might have cost her own. "What do the doctors say about finding you a donor?" Ellen asked. "I'm on the waiting list," Ashley replied. "But the average wait time is 3 to 5 years. I don't have 3 to 5 years." Ellen's professional composure was beginning to crack. "Ashley, have you told your family how urgent this is?" "No," Ashley said quietly. "Dad is finally healthy again. He's back to work. Back to being himself. I can't take that away from him by telling him that his recovery came at the cost of my life." Ellen felt overwhelmed by Ashley's selflessness. "But Ashley, your family deserves to know. They deserve the chance to help you." "How?" Ashley asked. "Dad already gave me a kidney, his own life. Mom isn't a match. My brother is only 12. There's nothing they can do except worry and feel guilty." Ellen stood up and walked closer to Ashley. "But hiding this from them isn't protecting them. It's robbing them of the chance to fight for you the way you fought for your father." Ashley looked down at her hands. "I know, but I've seen what kidney disease does to families. The stress, the fear, the constant worry about dialysis schedules and hospital visits. I gave Dad his life back. I don't want to take it away again." Ellen realized this was bigger than organ donation. This was about a family that needed to have the hardest conversation of their lives. "Ashley," Ellen said carefully, "what would you say if I told you that your father is here today?" Ashley's eyes widened. "What do you mean?" "He's backstage. He came because he wanted to surprise you, to thank you publicly for saving his life." Ashley's face went pale. "He can't come out here, Ellen. Not while we're talking about this." "Why not?" "Because if he finds out I'm dying, it will kill him. The guilt will destroy everything good that came from the transplant." Ellen made a decision that felt risky but necessary. "Ashley, what if instead of protecting him from the truth, we give him the chance to save you the way you saved him?" "I don't understand." "Your story, told here today, could reach millions of people. One of those people might be your perfect match." Ashley was quiet for a moment. "You think someone watching might want to donate to me?" "I think your courage deserves every possible chance," Ellen replied. "But Ashley, I need to ask you something, and I need you to be honest. Okay. Do you regret donating your kidney to your father?" Ashley's answer came without hesitation. "Never. Even knowing what I know now, I would do it again. My dad is alive because of that choice. Whatever happens to me, that will always be worth it." Ellen felt tears streaming down her face. "Ashley, that's the most beautiful and heartbreaking thing I've ever heard." "It's not heartbreaking," Ashley said firmly. "It's love. Real love means being willing to sacrifice for someone else, even if the cost is everything." Ellen looked toward the wings where David Chen was waiting. "Ashley, I think your father would want the chance to show that same love for you." "But he already did," Ashley protested. "He raised me, loved me, gave me everything I needed to become someone who could make that choice." Ellen realized she was dealing with a family whose love was so deep, it had become a burden. Ashley's sacrifice had created a cycle of protection that was preventing them from facing their current crisis together. "Ashley, can I share something with you?" "Of course. I think you're underestimating your father's strength. The man who raised you to be this brave, this selfless. Don't you think he can handle the truth?" Ashley considered this. What if the truth destroys him? What if hiding the truth destroys your family? The question hung in the air between them. Ashley was facing the same impossible choice her father had faced 2 years earlier, whether to accept help that might come at a cost. "If I let him come out here," Ashley said slowly, "if I tell him how sick I am, there's no taking it back." "No, there isn't," Ellen agreed. "But Ashley, you're not protecting him by dying alone." Ashley's tears began to flow. "I'm scared, Ellen. I'm 17 years old, and I'm scared of dying." Ellen moved to sit beside Ashley. Of course you're scared, but you don't have to be scared alone. What if no one matches? What if telling my story doesn't help? Then at least your family will know that you're fighting, and they can fight with you. Ashley looked directly into the camera. Dad, if you're watching this, I need you to know something. I'm not sorry I gave you my kidney. I'm not sorry I saved your life. But I need you to know that I'm sick now, and I need help. Ellen felt goosebumps rise on her arms. Ashley, are you ready to tell your father the truth? I'm ready to let him love me the way I loved him. Ellen gestured toward the wings. David Chen emerged slowly, his face already showing concern from what he'd overheard. When he saw his daughter's pale, fragile appearance, his expression changed to alarm. Ashley, David said, walking quickly to her side. Sweetheart, what's wrong? Ashley looked up at her father, the man she'd saved, the man she'd been protecting from her own decline. Dad, I need to tell you something. David knelt beside her chair. Whatever it is, we'll face it together. My kidney is failing, Ashley said simply. The one I kept. I'm in end-stage kidney failure, and I need a transplant. David's face went through a progression of emotions. Shock, understanding, then devastating guilt. This is because you gave me your kidney. Dad, no, Ashley said firmly. This is because kidney disease runs in our family. It might have happened anyway. But it happened because you only have one kidney left, David said, his voice breaking. My daughter is dying because she saved my life. Ellen watched this exchange with growing understanding of the complexity of love and sacrifice. Neither father nor daughter blamed the other, but both carried guilt for their circumstances. Mr. Chen, Ellen said gently, Ashley didn't tell you because she was trying to protect you from feeling guilty. David looked at Ellen, then back at his daughter. Ashley, you saved my life so I could live it, but I can't live it knowing you're dying because of that choice. You're not responsible for this, Dad. Maybe not, David said, but I am responsible for helping you fight it. Ellen realized this was the moment to make her proposal. Both of you, listen to me. This conversation is being broadcast to millions of people. Someone watching right now might be Ashley's perfect match. David's eyes lit up with hope. You think someone might volunteer? I think Ashley's story will inspire people the same way her courage inspired me. Ellen replied. Ellen looked directly into the camera. To everyone watching, Ashley Chen is 17 years old and needs a kidney transplant. She saved her father's life with her donation, and now she needs someone to save hers. The studio phone began ringing within minutes. Ellen's producers whispered frantically in her earpiece about the overwhelming response. Potential donors were calling from across the country. Ashley, Ellen said, her voice filled with excitement. We're getting calls. People want to be tested to see if they match. Ashley's tears were flowing freely now, but they were tears of hope rather than despair. Really, your courage is inspiring other people to be courageous. David held his daughter's hand. Sweetheart, I need you to know something. If you hadn't given me your kidney, if I had died 2 years ago, my last thought would have been gratitude that I got to raise someone as incredible as you. Dad, don't talk like that. I need to say this, David continued. You didn't just save my life, you showed me what love looks like. And now I get to show you that same love. Ellen announced that they would coordinate with medical professionals to facilitate testing for potential donors. The response was overwhelming, hundreds of calls from people willing to be tested. 3 weeks later, Ellen received a call that changed everything. A viewer from Ohio, a woman named Sarah Martinez, was not just a match for Ashley. She was a perfect match. Sarah was a 34-year-old teacher who'd watched Ashley's story with her own teenage daughter. I kept thinking, Sarah told Ellen during their phone call, what if that was my daughter? What if she needed someone to save her life? The transplant surgery was scheduled for 6 weeks later. Ellen arranged to broadcast live from the hospital, documenting Ashley's journey from near death to recovery. The surgery was successful. Ashley's new kidney began functioning immediately, her energy returning within days. Sarah recovered quickly, proving that one person's generosity could save a life without destroying their own. Ashley returned to Ellen's show 6 months after her transplant, healthy and glowing. She'd started a foundation to connect young people with kidney disease to potential donors, inspired by her own experience. "Any regrets now?" Ellen asked during Ashley's return visit. "Only one," Ashley smiled. "I regret not trusting my family to handle the truth sooner. We're stronger when we face things together." David Chen had become an advocate for living organ donation, speaking at hospitals and medical conferences about the importance of family communication in medical crises. Sarah Martinez, Ashley's donor, had become like a second mother to Ashley. They spoke weekly, celebrating milestones together, proving that some connections transcend biology. Ellen kept a photo from that day in her dressing room. Ashley and David holding hands as they learned about Sarah's donation, their faces showing relief, gratitude, and the unbreakable bond between father and daughter. Because sometimes the most beautiful stories aren't about single acts of heroism. Sometimes they're about communities of people choosing to care for each other, about love multiplying instead of diminishing, about one person's courage inspiring countless others to be brave. Ashley Chen learned that saving someone's life is just the beginning. Living with the consequences, facing the challenges together, and allowing others to save you in return, that's where real courage lives. The kidney that Ashley gave her father continued to function perfectly. The kidney that Sarah gave Ashley gave her back her future. And the love that connected all three of them proved that the best gifts are the ones that keep giving, long after the initial sacrifice is made.